present a good reason why you feel Islam is beautiful. If you are ever interested, I'll present why I feel I'll present why I feel my certain form of Christianity is beautiful. The main reason is because I see it giving hope for not only Christians like me, but for even atheists eventually. And if atheists, that means everybody, including bin Laden. What I love about my form of Christianity is that it seems to greatly expand the majesty and power of this God who created our universe. Makes God seem all the more multidimensional. Makes eternity not look boring. It also makes it where if I were walking through the streets of Calcutta, seeing the poor, starving pagans who were turned into beggars by being maimed by their parents since they have no other form of money and income, I'd know that if my money didn't help them in this life, they eventually would be in heaven with me, whole and loving God who had them born into such a situation. For one thing, it is not their fault that they were born into their situation. God willing, I could have been that starving child in Africa, extended belly and eyes covered with flies. For me, these people have hope, a better life. The majority of them don't believe like me now, but every man in his own order, the Bible says. My religious book says this. If these kids who aren't Christians and they end up in hell for not accepting Jesus Christ as on this side of the veil, well, hey, let's face it, Abdullah. Then you and I really are worshiping the same God. Then, Abdullah, I think I have received the message of Islam, and it has so far left me confused. If I find myself before Allah someday and the fire is beginning to increase in fury about me, well, you want to know something? I'll cry out from the flames asking Allah some questions. I'll question him on stuff he allowed in the Old Testament that made no sense to me unless it was foreshadowing Jesus Christ on the cross. I'll bringing up the things in his very own Quran that got me doubting Islam. And it won't be the passage about the two mountains holding up the sky either. For one thing, Abdullah, I looked further into the stuff you sent me about Paul lying and discovered that even though he says he makes himself all men to all people to win people to God, I try to do the same thing, not by being phony, but to possibly see where other people are coming from. I mean, look. The only reason why you're talking to me is because I did as Paul said. I made myself, as you say, I make myself all I'm all men to all people. Well, I made myself practically Muslim, so you'd know that I had something to say, and that's why you're talking to me right now. Yeah, Paul said, make himself all people to win to God. And again, I tried to it's being phony either, but